What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another run here with American Truck Simulator Sunday Test Drive. Truck on deck is a Peterbilt 379. Mindset has been bringing this one up to date. It's a Pinga edit originally, and Pinga gave him a thumbs up to go ahead and make some changes to it and update it and bring it into the new version of ATS. And this truck has a lot of potential. He's made some changes to it already, and it isn't really all that bad. And he's even got Kitchbomb making a sound pack for it with the engines, and he's got that out. You can use a Cummins 444 engine with it. Today I've got a Cat 3406. It sounds a little underpowered in my opinion. It's 425 or 475 horsepower. But then again, this load that I've got on here, it's a Jazzycat pack, just came out this week, and it's his Fontaine Velocity pack. Adds 10 new cargoes, and this is one of them. It's large pipes there, and it's going to Beezer Homes over in Tucson. I am in Yuma right now, so that means these tubes are going to be for poop. These are going to be sewer pipes. So, tipping the scales at 57,000 pounds. That is one heavy load for this truck, and I might have picked a motor that's a little too underpowered, but we'll see how it goes. The light pack I got on here is part of a light pack that is found in my Google Docs file that is in the description here for the video. It's a LED light pack, and it even has some neon lights, and they light up really nice compared to the stock lights. And also, I've got them on the front here, and you can see the LED strips that are there. Everything else is pretty much stock on this truck. If you see it, it comes with it, except for the tires and rims. I believe the tires and rims are part of the 389. They're Peterbilt Alcoas, and the rubber that's wrapped on them is a Bridgestone tires, and they do not work with any other tire or any other rim out there, as far as I can tell. They just don't fit right. So if you want Bridgestone rubber, you got to get these Peterbilt Alcoas, and I believe they are on the 389. They might be with this one, but I know they're with the 389. So, time for me to shut up and get on the road, and then I'll go ahead and start talking a little bit about the 379 and its history. Alright guys, one thing I forgot to do, and I probably should have, is raise my seat. As you can see, this is pretty much a stock seat setting, and you're almost sitting on the floor. So raising it up and moving it back a little bit might be a good idea before you guys get on the road. I am speeding a little bit, aren't I? Oh, nice. Now it's going to rain. So, the 379 here, the Icon. the truck little boys back in the 80s and the 90s wanted to drive, now replaced by the 389. Just as beautiful of a truck in my opinion. Many other drivers don't really agree. They felt the truck was not needed. They felt the truck, they felt Peterbilt ruined the truck. And in my opinion that wasn't the case, but emissions is what brought the end of the 379. Although it was running a regen kit, a regen system inside the truck, Peterbilt was going over to a DEF-based emissions system, and that was going to force the truck to make changes that would basically make it a new truck. So they decided to go ahead and phase out the 379 and replace it with a 389. And that also allowed them to make some technological changes to the truck as well. Dashboard mainly. If you guys have driven Viper 2's 389, you would notice the difference. There is no large LED screen there. The switches are different as well. Here we have regular toggle switches. Inside the 389, they're plastic. So dials are different as well. Everything is basically different. This does feel like it's a truck from the mid or late early 90s. In the real world, this truck has that feel, it has that smell, it has everything about that. Some people love that. Others, kind of like myself, rather just have the technology and ride in comfort. But regardless of what your preference is for how a truck looks or feels or sounds from the inside or from the outside, no one can deny the iconic status that the 379 from Peterbilt had for so long. And I think it's been conveyed nicely into this mod here. The hood is done correctly. Not as long as the 389, it has more of a slanted grille to cab look. The 389 is more squared off. It doesn't, there isn't much of a difference between the hood, between the cab and the grille, where this one, there is a difference. The 389 hood was also 4 inches longer than the 379 to help make room for the emissions and computer equipment that went along with it. So this mod here, though, so far it's a very nice mod. It has a lot of potential to be just as good and just as brilliant as a 389 mod, and I believe Mindset really has that hope that he can do that, and I'm looking forward to it, and that's going to be great. You know, there aren't too many old school trucks in this game to choose from, and having the 379 here will be a really great alternative for people. The skins are soon to follow, I'm sure, once the popularity begins to build in this truck. Kitchbomb already has the engine pack out, like I mentioned, so, you know, the foundation is there. So hopefully within the next couple of months we will see something start to come from that. I mean, we already have it here, but now version 3 is coming out in a couple of weeks. It fixes a bumper issue. If you use the chrome bumper, which is the big squared off one, I have a standard one on right now, the lights on the side kind of float an inch or two away from the bumper, and I mentioned that to him and he says, don't worry, that's fixed in version 3, so it's all good. A couple other things that were fixed in version 3 are locations of lights and things like that, so little by little it's getting taken care of, which is great. That's awesome. I mean, it's not getting abandoned like other truck mods have been abandoned and forgotten about. A lot of these vehicles have some great potential to be more than what they are, and they get abandoned. So hopefully this is not going to happen with this truck. So I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that would rather drive this one than the 389, just because of the old school look and feel. Now, I don't know if it's because of this trailer or if it's built into this truck, but I have definitely felt some weight on the back of this truck, and granted I'm weighing 57,000 pounds, it's not something I've really noticed with the 389, and you'll hear it in the motor as I go up and down hills as well. So it makes me wonder if there's something in the truck, or if the trailer weights have been messed with. I don't know where that number usually is, or what sets that up, but I've driven trucks already with trailers, and at 50,000 pounds, 45,000 pounds, the truck still drove as if I was bobtail. So I don't have that feeling here, which is awesome. It really is. Finding a truck that has the weight feel all the way through, and not just in the first couple of gears, you know, between 0 and 10 miles an hour, that's awesome. So because of that, I'm going to start slowing down right now, since my exit is right here. Ooh, I do have my brake intensity turned down, so that also has me concerned, since I weigh so much here, going downhill, brake intensity turned down. You know, I can probably stand on the brake pedal and it'll just laugh at me. Now, a couple other things that the 379 has underneath its belt for credibility-wise is it's got some movie credits. Black Dog, that many who enjoy trucks have already seen. It's got a small following. Patrick Swayze, Meatball, or Meatloaf, not Meatball. Whoa, look at those pistons dance. They were both in the movie, and that truck he drove was a Peterbilt 379. Also a little bit more popular, seen by a few more people, maybe, just a few. Transformers, Optimus Prime. He was a Peterbilt 379 when he was in automobile form, so a couple notable showings for the truck. Obviously, you know, seeing trucks in movies is not uncommon. But having him be a part of the star factor, that is different. Big Trouble in Little China. I mean, everyone remembers what the truck was. In fact, there's a skin on the workshop for that truck. Now, there is some debate over what the truck was in Maximum Overdrive. Some swear it was a Kenworth. Actually, it was a Western Star 4800. You know, so I believe this truck, though, probably has more movie credits than others. At least memorable ones, anyway. So, I'll tell you what, though, guys. I mean, be sure to check my Google Docs spreadsheet here in the description for the links of everything that you saw today. The light set from Hemi NZ, and the 389 here from Mindset, the Pinga 379 modded by Mindset. That will be here as well. I believe it's the only 379 I have. The Jazzycat Fontaine Velocity pack will be in there as well, so be sure to check that one out. I have not seen all of the trailers yet, but if they're anything half as good as what I've got on the back of the truck right now, yeah, it's going to be well worth the download. Alright, finally here at the destination, made in one piece. With 0 altercations, maybe a couple fried pistons, but mechanics will fix that. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this truck. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Be sure to give the video a like, and when you go and download this from modland.net, which is where the link will be for it, be sure to give a like for the mod as well. Let the author know that you're happy about it, you like it, you're wanting more of it. So, there's a curb there, and my bumper just went straight down. Oh, how about that? Snagged on the curb. So, alright guys, that's it for now. I appreciate you guys watching. Until the next run, take it easy.